I think I'm just gonna jump straight into this live today, guys, because honestly, I don't know if anyone's gonna turn up to it. Just purely because it's later, and in the UK around this time, people have dinner. Just not too sure on this lighting because it's darker. That's too bright. We're just gonna have to make do with that. So, as usual, I'm going to go in with this vitamin enriched moisturising primer. It's a Prep and Perfect one from Primark. And as you can see, we're nearly done with it. So I don't think I've got too much to report. I think it's just a case of putting the makeup on. So we're going to do a Is It a Dupe video today. Because I really feel like it is a dupe video. Sorry, a dupe palette. It's really moisturising, this cream. Still feeling pretty awful. As you can hear it, I'm really nasally. I honestly don't know what's going on. Right, let's take this clip to put the rest of my hair up. Okay. Right. Put that over there. I'm going to put some... This is a concealer by Glossier. I don't barely wear it. I have used this as a skin tint before now. It's the Stretch Concealer, and it's in the shade G12, and Collection here in the UK do a dupe for it. So when I'm nearly done with this, I might buy that and do a comparison. So it's just like a peachy brightener. I don't want a mirror that big. Maybe if I could just, I could just do that. No, that's not going to work because you can't see what I'm doing. Mirror, then. Okay. I'm just tapping it on. And it just automatically brightens. Yeah, you can use this as a skin tint as well, and it looks really, really nice. I've got some new products to use. I wish there was someone here. And I know somebody's liked the video. So thank you for that, whoever you are. I'm going to move this down a little bit. It's better. Okay, so all primers Right, so I'm going to use this. This has unexpectedly come into my collection. So it's the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I bought this for a friend, but I've been told I can't mail it to her because it's in a glass bottle and it's also a liquid. It's in the shade Fair. I need to get these things off it. Yeah, it says shade 1 at the bottom anyway. We'll just take it off. Right, so you can use this just as a primer underneath your foundation, or you can use it as a foundation. I've seen people do it both ways. So it comes on a big doe foot like that. And they're saying it's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. And I wore it yesterday underneath my foundation and it looked so glowy. Excuse the noise. I'm gonna just put it on with this side of the sponge and you'll just see how glowy it is. It's probably the glowiest product I've got in my collection. I saw Sarah Rose actually use it all over her face like this. I mean, that'll be good in the summertime, I guess, as a tint. If no one comes in this live, I'm going to do it later next week, probably about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. Because either do it later or go back to the time that I did it before, because I at least got a couple of people in the live, and it feels really, really strange to be talking to yourself like this. Can you see how glowy it is? Yeah, if you want to use it as a skin tint, just make sure. I'm not doing that today, but just make sure you kind of blend it out all over. If you're just using it as a primer, I don't think it really matters because something's going over the top of it. Let's have a look in the big mirror. Can't see because of the light. Yeah, it just looks like my normal skin. It doesn't look dark. Like, if I put this to my hand, I did this in the Shop My Stash. Look how much darker that is to my actual skin tone, but it doesn't look like that on the skin. So that's good. I'm going to go in now, though, with my Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Skin Tint. What's this actually called? Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint. Mine's in the shade Fairlight. And what I normally do with that is just kind of put it on the cheeks, start off there. Oh, I forgot to put my other primer on. Normally I use 2 primers, like a pore blurring one as well. It's okay. We'll do that another time. And I've not used this Jaclyn Hill one for so long, so I just wanted to bring it out again. It's not on the chopping block or anything. A lot of the products in my Shop My Stash are, especially when it comes to palettes, because I'm trying to distinguish what a kind of what I want to keep and what I want to declutter. Hey Kat, how are you? Oh, I'm still really, really sick, Kat. I have to go back to the doctors next week. Thank you for joining me. I'm just rambling on my own for the last 10 minutes. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Come a bit closer now that somebody's in here with me. How's that looking? It's looking really, really glowy, isn't it? I'll just tell you what I've just used underneath that foundation. So I've used the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in Fur, I think it is. It's in shade 1 anyway. I'm sure it's Fur. Yeah, Fur. And then I went in with the Jaclyn Hill Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint in Fairlight. That's pretty much all I've done. And now I want to go with my concealer. Oh, I went in with the Glossier Stretch Concealer as well, just to brighten up earlier. It's here. So now I'm going to go in with PS My Perfect Colour with concealer. Now that's from Primark. It's quite a good concealer. I think it was £2.50 or something like that. It's in the shade Porcelain. And it's not thick, so if you have mature skin like me, it's just a really nice light concealer. But I guess it's kind of like, what does your skin need? You know, if you have quite dark under eye circles, you're going to need more coverage. So that probably wouldn't work. I mean, for me, it's alright, because even though I've got under eye circles, they're not dark. I think it's just because of how fair I am. And it's very hydrating. So let that sink in, and let's do the brows. I'm going to go in with this P. Louise brow pencil. Let's do the spoolie part first. Yeah, I think it is. It looks flawless, like when I'm looking in this big mirror here. It's just off to the side of me, it looks quite flawless. So normally I don't do this brow pencil, but because my brows need a tint, I can't just get away with the brow soap. They're too light. Look, that's kind of the natural brow, and that's how I like it, just a shade or two darker. So I think tonight, or maybe it's something to do in a live, actually tint my brows in a live and show you how I do it. Maybe have a pamper session. I'll tint my brows first, and then I'll put a mask on. Obviously not today. Maybe next week sometime. What time is it there, Kat? Right, let's put some powder on. So I haven't been setting my under eyes. It just, I mean, we'll try setting the under eyes with this, but it just makes them look more aged than they are. Because powder dries them up. So I'm going to try it though, just a tiny bit. And we'll go in with this made by Mitchell brush. I'm literally just, there's some powder in the cap, I'm literally just going in really, really, and then taking the excess off. And then I'll use it as finishing powder when I've done the rest of the makeup. Because I'm going in with creams and obviously don't want to be using a powder first. Okay, so let's find the bronzer. Hang on a minute. Sorry about that. Just a package come for a friend. Whew, I couldn't find my keys. I'm like, I can't find my keys. I'm out of breath. Right, so I'm going to go on with this Revolution Cream Bronzer. It's in the shade Light. And look, I've hit pan. I was tracking the parcel and it said that it was coming today, but then it said it was going back to the delivery depot, and it's like, that's odd. Never seen that before. It says out for delivery and then going back to the delivery depot. For what reason? Right, I need a brush. I think I'm just going to blend it out with that. I'll only put a tiny bit on, because we can always go in with a little bit more. You can always put more on, but not really take any off. And I feel like that's giving quite a nice golden glow, but I do feel like I need a little bit more of it. I had a feeling though when I heard the van outside that it was for me. I feel like this cream bronzer is better than the e.l.f. one I was using last week. I thought I liked the e.l.f. one better, but I feel like I like this one better now. When I run out of that and when I run out of the e.l.f. one, they'll both be getting repurchased. Because they're really good. And they're really inexpensive as well. I'd highly recommend them. I think they're the only two that I've got in the collection at the moment. Just because I don't want them going bad. Right, we need to do the forehead. I need a tissue. So what's been happening for me this week? I've got quite a lot of hate. I've had to report a couple of instances, which kind of is not something that I wanted to do. You know, I did try. I've had like 4 or 5 comments this week alone, and it just got to the point where they were starting to get to me. So I reported one and a friend reported one, because there's just no need for it, is there? Right, I'm now going in with Natasha Denana's Bronze and Glow. I think this is on the chopping block, you know. I don't know if I like it. And then I'm going to try and go in with this brush. I think it's a little bit too big. Just to set that cream bronzer. You can block them, yeah. But once the comment's already got to me, it's got to me, if you know what I mean. And yesterday, because I'd had quite a few comments this week, I was kind of debating whether to come off YouTube, and I've been on YouTube and I've worked bloody hard, you know, and it's like, why are you letting them get to you? I've got a completely new aspect of looking at things today. So yeah, last night though wasn't the best. I wasn't in the best mood. Hi Mel, how are you, hun? That looks quite nice actually. I'm just really making sure it's all blended in. Right. Ah, thank you for coming along. I'm glad to have you here. Right, so I want to put some more of this powder on just to kind of chisel out that bronze, like contour, whatever you want to call it. And I'm literally only putting the tiniest bit in the cap. Where did I put my box of things? Oh, here. How's everyone's day going? What time is it where you are, both of you? I think I might have asked Kat earlier. It's 5 o'clock here. Is it like the afternoon where you guys are? I know in some parts we're like 5 hours in front of the US, but I guess it's different depending on whereabouts in the US you are. "10 a.m. So it was way out. So you're changing your closet to spring, summer. See, we can't do this. I'm going to just bring this laptop forward again. We can't do this in the UK because we only get so many weeks where it's hot. The rest of it can be raining. I mean, we even had some snow in spring. It's ridiculous. Right, so I'm going to go in now with this Japanese contour brush, and I'm going to use this Primark Dual Tone Blusher. It's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one. Don't ask me what shade, I'm not 100% sure, but I know it is a dupe, and you'll see why. That's what it looks like. So, yeah, I'm going to just go in with this. Ooh, that's nice. Very, very... It's glowy because I've gone into this heart bit, and that's more like a highlighter, but it's kind of a neutral blush, which is what I wanted to do this look that we're going to be doing. Right, so highlighter, I'm going to go in with this. This is kind of a purchase regret for me. I bought myself one and I bought Naomi one as friend mail, and I don't think I like it, guys. I know Naomi kind of like puts a brush in all of those 4 shades, but I'm too fair skinned to do that. So I'm just going to use these actually. Yeah, I'll just use those 2. I did use those 2 as well yesterday. I mean, this highlighter, not trio, but this highlighter quad cost me nearly £40, and it's like, you don't even like it. I'm trying to love it. Do you guys have products and you're like, you don't like it, but you need to force yourself to use it because it was expensive? I had that with the Chanel bronzer. And in the end, I did think it was okay, but I wouldn't repurchase it. The summer rains a lot, yeah. The UK, we don't know what we're going to get from one day to the next. Like, the weather report will say it's nice and it will rain. And it's like, okay then. Thanks for that. And it seems to always rain as well when I have to go out. Right, now I want to put some more of that powder on just to set everything. I'll just use this brush. Sorry, I'm wobbling the laptop. It's very quiet today in here in the live. I think it's because I was saying earlier, don't think anyone was in there when I was saying it. Around this time in the UK, everyone's having the dinner, so that's probably where everyone is. I need to get the times right. I think next time I might go slightly later, because I can go later because I've got a light. So I've got a little ring light, so there's no harm in me going a couple of hours later. I came on at, I think, 4 or just after. No, it might have been 4:30. Whatever time it was, I came on. And I just feel like maybe that wasn't the right time. Like last week, I came on at 3:30 and there was more people in, but people have lives and they can always watch this later. What I'm saying is I need to trial and error the correct time for people. Right, I'm going to go in with the W7 Prime View. Yeah, your Natasha Denona. The Metropolis, yeah, that one was expensive, wasn't it? I've just done that. Oh, you've seen it, Mel, haven't you? Because you left me comments on it and I've replied. Chopping block shot my stash video. It wasn't even intended. What's in there? Oh, nothing. It wasn't even intended to be a chopping block video. I just couldn't decide, and then I realised there was some palettes that I need to put on the chopping block to decide whether they've got a place in my collection. Hi, Jane. Yeah, I did say that. I said to the ladies then, I said probably people aren't coming into the live because they're cooking dinner for the families, so that's absolutely fine. I've come on the wrong time. I need to try and figure out what is a good time for people. I was saying that I might do later next time, or I might just go back to 2:30, 3:00, because more people came in at that time because obviously they had more time. I'm just going to put a bit of this Studio London You Do You setting spray on. Oh, Jane, you was asking me earlier about tints. If you're still here, I've used that one today, the Jaclyn Hill, and this one is the Skin Perfected Blurring Tint in Fairlight. It is really, really good, really good. So yeah, I pulled that for this week's Shop My Stash. Right, I need to use this Revolution Pro HD palette. Okay, so we're just going in with this to set the base. Yeah, I got it on Morphe. It's on Morphe's site, or it was. I've not looked recently, but I got mine on a discount when I got the rest of the Jaclyn Hill products I've got in my collection, because I won't pay full price for them. Even though it's good, I'll only buy it when it's on sale. It is really, really good though, and it's not a thin consistent. Because let me show you. I'll do a little pump of it. It's not a thin consistency. So can you see how thick that is? It's not even running down my arm. I'll just do a swatch. It just is really, really creamy. I really like it. It looks like it might be too dark for me there, but trust me, it's not. White. Let's just rub it all in to the hand. It has a scent to it, so if you don't like scents, if they bother you, it's not a strong scent though. It's like skincare. And it blurs your skin, you know, so if you've got any imperfections, that's what it's called. What was it called again? Skin perfection, blurring tint. Let me just get a white. I'm still here. It's fair light, the shade I've got, Jane. It's not the lightest. I made a mistake. I should have got the lightest, but I feel like this is the right shade for me anyway. So if your skin, like if your skin's not a lot darker, but if you're the same skin tone as me, then get fair light. But if you're a little bit deeper in skin tone, I mean that's my hand. So if you've got a little bit deeper of a skin tone, get the next shade up. If you're gonna get it, that is. Not that I'm trying to influence you if you're gonna buy it or not. It makes no odds to me. But we was talking about skin tints this morning, and you've reminded me. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the eyeshadows, I think. So there's one over here. And then I'll go and get the actual palette. Right, so I've been saying now for weeks. It doesn't take much to influence you. Normally it doesn't me either, but I'm trying to be good. I've got a palette coming on Tuesday though, and I've got... Right, so let me know, ladies. Do you ever order something and then you think, you get kind of guilty buyer's remorse and you think, I shouldn't have got that, you know? I kind of like... I'm feeling like that. I'm thinking about returning it and I've not even got it yet. I don't mind spending that amount of money on my friends, but when it comes to me, yeah, I'm like, I shouldn't have bought it. You do all the time, so it's not just me. Thank you. So, right, we've got the ABH Subculture, and I've got a dupe to this palette. So that's what it looks like. This got so much stick when it was released, and I absolutely love it. My favourite shade is Electric. It's a beautiful duochrome. Let me show you the dupe. So the dupe is a Revolution one. You can see, can't you? Let me just open that. You can see how much of a dupe it is. I'll put them both together in a minute. This one's called Iconic Division. Right, let me show you. Look at that, ladies. How much of a dupe is it, though? Oh, what is it? Are you familiar with the Pat McGrath Labs palettes or not, Jane? I'm gonna get my phone. Where is it? I'm sure I've got it in my photos somewhere, so I should just be able to show it to you. Okay, got it here. Right, let's zoom in on this picture. Not going to be able to, I don't think. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, it's gone back up now to £64. Well, on Cult Beauty it has. It was on sale. I didn't even know they did Pat McGrath on Cult Beauty. You still can't see it. Darn thing. Let's move that light back. You can see the Adept Cosmetics one now that I was looking at, though, which I didn't buy. They're the shades of it anyway. It's a completely neutral palette. Oh, look, you can see it now. Wait a sec. The camera has to focus for a minute. But they're the shades. Let me get it out of the frame. So they're the shades of it. And let me show you the packaging. Come on, focus. It's not going to focus. It's called Sublime Seduction by Pat McGrath. Oh, have you? So it looks better. And you get buyer's remorse every time, do you, Mel? I'm not on my own. I just felt so awful. So it's coming on Tuesday. And I don't know if I'm going to return it. But those swatches, if it's anything like those swatches, then I'll probably end up keeping it. I don't know, ladies. Ow. Poked myself in the eye. Right, let's get started on this eyeshadow look. So I'll tell you which it's going to be. So right eye is going to be this palette, and then left eye will be with the Subculture. Let me see what I want to do then. I don't even know if this palette's any good, because it's been a long time since I used it. Right, so the shade Electric is out, because this shade's a lot better than the one in the Revolution palette. Let me show you. And then I'll show you the Revolution. Oh, they both look similar. That's ABH. That's Revolution. I'm not using that anyway. Right, so all that is left then for shimmer is this bronze one. And they don't have shade names on the Revolution one, that's the only downside. So in the subculture it's called Adorn. So let's start off with the Revolution one. I don't know what shades to start with. Let's go in with this shade first. It's number 2. And I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques blending brush. Right, let's put that there. Yeah, I said left eye, didn't I? No, I didn't. Right, we're going to have to use the subculture on the left eye then. Just need to remember to use... I mean, that's not showing up. After this video, depending on how well this turns out, I might actually just be decluttering this into the bin. Well, I won't do it then. I'll do it when I do the palette declutter. Let's move that mirror. You decluttered it before you used it. Oh, I make sure I use them. You know, I've got loads of palettes that I've not used, and before I'll even declutter it, and it seems to be forming well, this one. Before I declutter it, I'll make sure I've used it at least once. That's why I'm pulling things out for Shop My Stash. Have you got a lot less palettes now, Mel? How many would you say you had? I think I'm going to go in with this brown. I'm part tempted to go in with this, but I don't feel like it will go with that bronze. But that brown's no, we're going with this brown here. Let me get a different brush. I'll go in with this. Still over 100, yeah. I think mine's close to 150, 200. But I'm hoping to declutter. I know this is a big thing, but I'm hoping to declutter at least 50. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other eye. I'm going to do it step by step so I don't forget what I've done. Let me get another crease brush. We'll use this Sigma one for the other eye. Let me make sure there's no colour on it. That's the problem when we like palettes though, isn't it? So in the ABH it's called Dawn. That's what we're going in with now. And this is just like a really nice transition colour. Yeah, so everyone was going mad about this Subculture one. It's powdery. Yeah, but we always knew ABH Shadow Formula was powdery. That there's a lot of kick up. Right, so this one looks a bit cooler in tone, I think. Yeah, I think so. But hopefully it won't matter when we've got the rest of the shades down. The Colour Cube, I don't know if I know that one. Yeah, if we find palettes on sale, then we're like, it's Christmas. We like go to it like it's Christmas. That's why I like TK Maxx, because they're always on sale there. You always get them at a discount. But what you've got to ask yourself, I watched this documentary on TK Maxx, and basically what they were saying is the palettes that TK Maxx get and TJ Maxx, they're old palettes. So they're pretty much at the sell-by date before you even get them at home. I don't really care about that. Right, so we're going to go in with this brown now to give me more definition. And I'm going to go with this Jaclyn Hill, so on this side. Oh, the eyeshadow in the cube. Is that it? This one. Yeah, it's like a white to pink, isn't it? The flip in it. Sorry, Mel, I thought you said they'd brought out an ABH palette called Colour Cube. Oh, you can tell I'm still sick. This one. There. Right. Let's go in with number 10 in the Revolution palette. Right, let's just... Yeah, I feel like you guys, though, in the US, you have way more. You have way more than us. I mean, I was skipping practically last week when I found that Give lipstick. Where is it? Oh, I don't know where it is. I think it's in my other lipsticks, but it's this one, and it's the vinyl. It's not the actual lipstick. I was like, well impressed. You know, it was only £6 as well. But I am getting the lipstick one soon. My friends found it at TK Maxx. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that, just in the RV. So what are your plans for today, Mel? Are you doing anything exciting? Right, I'm going to blend that out with the first brush I used. Calls and TJ Maxx. So are you planning on buying anything from TJ Maxx? Right, I need another brush for the... So I'm going to go in with my other Jaclyn Hill. So just let me show you. Because that one's for the Revolution palette. And this one is for the ABH. So let me just wipe the colour off it. Okay, so in here it would be called Fudge, that one there. And I bet this is way more pigmented. Let's see what they have. You'll have to let me know if you bought any goodies. They do glam light and all kinds in the US, and it's like, why can't they do it in the UK? Gosh, it's way more pigmented. Right, I need to blend it out. I mean, you'd expect it to be more pigmented, right? But yeah. Subscription videos. So you've got some subscriptions waiting to go up, have you? Which ones? Right, so right off the bat, you don't need as much fudge. Gosh, look at all this kick up though. I forgot how much kick up that these... No wonder people hit pan in these palettes really quick. Because they have so much kick up, whereas the Revolution one only has a tiny bit. Can you see it's just here? Oh, a jewellery haul. Excited. I look forward to them then, Mel. Right, I think I'm going to have to go in with more brown on the right eye. I love that Ice Cream Beauty one that you got last week. Not last week, last time. They don't ship to the UK though, do they? Oh, you've ended up cancelling everything. I don't blame you. It must have gotten really, really costly. But it doesn't really matter if it's a little bit darker in the out V there, because I probably end up going over it. Right, let's go back in with... Hang on a minute. I think I know the reason why it's not as dark. Basically, we've got like two browns and a maroon, and I think I've used the lightest because the fudge shade is a lot darker. If you look at it here, so that's fudge, and that's the one I've used there. I'm just going to continue with that. Just build it up. Right, I see. Yeah, I'd rather go out and pick my stuff as well, especially for that amount of money. I don't spend that amount of money in a month. I haven't got that amount of money to spend. So I'm just really concentrating, Mel, on using what I've got at the minute. I feel like I'm really struggling to breathe. And it's getting, now I'm building it up, it is looking a little bit like the right eye. No, you should just do what you want to do, Mel. Don't do what, like, everyone else is doing or what I'm doing. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not working, so I can't afford to be spending X, Y, and Z on makeup. It's not really a priority. Although I did buy that Paragraph palette, and it's, I mean, did I need it? Probably not. It might be going back. Right. Dear, are they collecting dust? I know the feeling. If you do something similar, if you can, if you feel up to it, like do a shop my stash and bring older palettes out, that you're really not sure about. Like I think I brought like 3, maybe 4. No, probably about 2 or 3 older palettes that I wasn't sure about, just to see if I want to keep or declutter them. I feel like that really helps. And it certainly helps using the makeup that you've got in your collection each month. Oh, I'm sorry. But there's no rush to do that. You know, you can do it when you're feeling a little bit better. I know what it's like. You know, it's really, really difficult. Like me today, for instance. I didn't think I was going to do this live. You know, you can hear it in my voice. You can hear it like I'm very, very nasally and congested. Now my breathing is really, really struggling. I just thought I'm not going to do it, and then I thought, no, I'm going to do it. I do it every Saturday, so I'm going to go and do it, and I'm glad. I'm glad that I did it. Once you sit down in front of the camera, I feel like you kind of get your mojo back. It's been 6 weeks, Mel. 6 weeks today since I got the virus. Right, I'm going to go in with this bronze, but I'm just going to go in with my finger. Wow, look at that. I was automatically going to go to this eye then, but it's for this eye. I need to wipe that finger off. I mean, I wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't so nasally, you know, if I could actually breathe. When I'm asleep, it is so bad. It sounds like my mum's analysis was, it sounds like you're struggling for every breath when you're asleep. So yeah. Gonna go in now with Adorn, this bronze here. This one's a lot softer. I would definitely say the Subculture is a better palette. I actually got this palette from I said TJ Maxx, TK Maxx, Mel. No, I haven't tried that cough syrup, but they seem to think it's long COVID. So they basically gave me some nasal drops, some steroid nasal drops. They said take them for 2 weeks and come back. It's been 2 weeks next week, next Monday. I can't go back on Monday because it's May Day here, it's a bank holiday. But I'll be going back next week. You can bet your bottom dollar. Apparently they said, well, if you know better, we're going to have to transfer you to a specialist. But in the UK, it takes so long to be seen by a specialist. So long, it's not even funny how long it can take. And I'm just going to say, look, you can't leave me like this. It's been 6 weeks. You need to give me an emergency referral. So I'm just blending those two mats out. Yeah, they need to give me better medication. And then we'll do the same with the Sigma brush. I feel like the ABH side is more cooler. I feel like the Revolution side's more warmer. Need a tissue. Thanks, Mel. I mean, the Revolution side as well is more foiled. But I feel like once I've got mascara on and everything, I don't feel like you'll be able to tell a difference. I feel like it's very similar. I'm going to go in with your favourite shade, Cube. Right, where's my... Use this brush. Where's the colour switch? Oh, there. And this is a Morphe brush. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put the Revolution on with this side, and then with the other side, I'll use the ABH rather than changing each brush every time. So in the Revolution palette, it doesn't look as good, so we're just going to use that. So shade number 1. I'm going to put a bit more on. And then I'll blend that out. I'm actually going to run the colour switch over the brush. And then I'm going to go in with Cube. This is quite powdery, this shade. Do you have this palette, Mel? Even the inner corners aren't the same. Hey Jane, I'm just putting the eyeshadow on. I hope you're having something nice for your tea. Shoot. Right, we need to do lash line now. Let me get that colour switch. There's not enough room for everything. Okay, I think I'm going to go in. Let's check there's a colour here. I'm going to go in with this dark shade down here. No, I was just asking, Mel, if you've got this palette, this Subculture one. Oh, that looks nice. And I'll just go over that as well, just using the colour switch. And I'm going to go into All Star. Right, so what I would say about these palettes is they're not dupes. I would say you could get a very, very similar look out of the Revolution one. But I don't feel like it's better than the ABH. I feel like the quality on the ABH is much better. I feel like I need to put a little bit more of this to make it pigmented. Yeah, I feel like I do. Because it's not as pigmented or as foiled as the ABH. Be nice to have a wipe. Oh. Oh, really? You decluttered it? A lot of people did. They just said that they didn't like it. Yeah, the left eye is a lot more warmer. I don't know if it's coming across that way to you guys. And the right eye is a lot more cooler. But I don't feel like you'd notice it. Like if I was stood in front of you, I don't think you'd notice it that much. Because the rest of the eye is really, really similar, like what's on the lid is similar. Right, let's go in with this Revolution HD. And for this, because I'm only using this palette, I'll use that brush. Just using the powder to kind of carve out and fix any errors. It's nice though. Both eyes are nice. I wonder what eye I'd like the best though when I see the finished look. Okay, so let's go in with some mascara. And I think this is the only one I'm using now. It's the Patrick Tower Major Volume. It's got quite a nice brush. Like that. I'm the same. I love Get Ready With Me's. especially when they're live. In saying that though, I don't watch anyone else because no one who I watch does lives. But I have a problem with mascara. It always ends up on the lid. Always. At first I thought it might be that Essence mascara. But no, I think it's me. And my inability to apply mascara. Damn it. So my lashes seem to be sticking to one another. Well, I'm going to leave it. But some of the eyelashes are sticking to one another. It might mean that it needs to get decluttered and I need to get a new one. I feel like I want to do some kind of wing. I've been doing that and I'm not very good at it, so don't expect miracles. I've been doing that a bit recently and I've really enjoyed it. So I don't know if to go with black or this. Let's try this one that I used for my lash line. So yeah, I feel like I'm going to ruin it. I'm not going to do that. I should have done it before I put the mascara on. So I'm going to just go back in with a Dawn for the right eye. These are so soft, like the shimmers. It's very, very easy to hit pan on this palette, or palettes like it. And then let's go back in one more time with the Revolution. So that one there. I mean, these are pretty soft as well, and it is quite pigmented. So it's not like it's a rubbish palette, it's just not as good, I don't think, as the ABH. Right, and then I'm going to take this shade here, number 1 on the ring finger. It's quite chunky, and put it for the inner corner. And then we'll do the same for the ABH. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, you can definitely see how much warmer this is to that side, but through the laptop you can't 110% see it. But anyway, let's put a lipstick on and then I'll give you my overall thoughts. Where are they? Okay. I feel like I want to do this Whitney Houston one. I for sure thought I was going to do the Gwen Stefani give one and original recipe, the vinyl one that I've got. I feel like doing this today. Can't really see it, can you? It's in the shade Nippy's Sensual Red. It's really pretty. Go on the cardigan. Oh, great. Red lipstick. That'll just have to do. I don't normally struggle with red lipstick, but this one was a tricky one. No, I feel the same, Jane. Have I got lipstick? No. I feel the same. I feel like head on, even head on, like if a person was stood here, I still don't think they'd notice it's me. I can notice because like I've got the mirror right there. No one's going to be that close to me. I don't know though now. I think this side just needs to be blended out a little bit. I don't know if I'm giving you the wrong info, ladies. Oh, thank you. I love that lipstick. And when it came, I was going to send it back. I've got this problem with just accepting things. It's like I got a parcel just then, but it isn't mine, it's for a friend. So I don't mind that. Yeah, ignore what I said. This side isn't warmer than this side. It needed blending out. They're both looking really, really cool toned in the crease. Let me get my phone and show you. If I can. Let's put the torch on. It's not what. Can you see? They're both looking the same. Right, I'll get my mug out of your way. I don't know why I thought this side was looking warm. I mean, I felt like it was, but it's not. So yeah, I'm really, really liking the overall look. These palettes. So I would say, yeah, now that I've looked at it in a different angle, I'd say this is a dupe. But you're getting one more shade in this palette. You're getting an extra brown, let me tell you. So which one is it? I think it's this brown here. No, it's not. It's this dark one down at the bottom. You're not getting that in the ABH palette. This, if you're interested in the ABH palette, you can't get it anymore anyway. I feel like this is a good one. I don't know if Revolution still do it. It's a really, really good one, especially this shade here that I've used all over the lid. And even that one's pretty good. I'm going to keep it until I do the declutter, but then I feel like I'll just get rid of it because I don't need two of the same palette, do I? And I really do like this one. It's really, really pretty. It's nice for autumn and winter. Do you know what I say? Everyone laughs when I say this, but I'll say to them, I'm like L'Oreal. And they'll go, why? And I'm like, because I'm worth it. So everyone now calls me L'Oreal. It's not even like I spend that much money on myself. I used to spend so much money on myself, and it's like I just don't need anything. I don't need palettes. I don't need like any makeup based products. I don't need blushers. I've got cream blushers, powder blushers. I've got all sorts. I've got Friend Mail coming as well. basically me and my friends are sending each other friend mail. They're sending me stuff from the US and I'm sending them stuff from the UK. So I've got that. So I'll need to make room for that when it arrives. So I do need to do a massive declutter really, really soon. And I don't have that much storage space, so I can't keep buying things like that. But yeah, we do deserve treats. You're right, Jane. 110%. You're right. I'll remember that the next time I buy something. I think what's on my list, I really, really want. Have you seen that new palette by Glamlight in Scooby-Doo? I really, really want that palette, but I also want. I didn't think I'd want it. But I've seen swatches and they look a lot darker than what I've seen online and also what I've seen on Colourpop. But I really want that Alice in Wonderland palette. So I feel like I'm going to get the Alice in Wonderland palette and I'm going to get the Snow White palette next month, and I'm going to just see how close I was, especially with the Snow White one, because that look turned out really, really pretty and I really enjoyed creating it. But in my version of the Snow White one, I've got like Pastel Roses shadow, so I feel like my version is going to be better, but I'll just have the cute packaging and I can put that on display. So yeah, that'll be good. I just wish it wasn't so darn expensive to ship, because I'm only going to get 2 pallets. I'm not going to spend the £50-60 that they want me to spend to get the free shipping. I think it works out at around £32 because I've got codes to use. So I'll use the code and I'll get it a little bit cheaper. And hopefully I'll be happy with them. But yeah, that's not going to be for a while yet anyway. This concludes the look. I really quite like it. Even the shimmers, now I'm looking at it through the camera, even they look like really, really similar, but they don't feel similar. This one here feels absolutely beautiful. It feels so foiled. So yeah, and then the shade here, Cube, is a lot better than the one in the Revolution palette. I feel like the palette overall is a lot better. Anyway, that's everything. Thank you for watching, ladies. I really do appreciate it. If you've not already done so, could you like the video? It helps get the channel out there and I massively appreciate that. I will let you go now, especially you, Jane, as it's tea time. And you watched a review. What, on these? On this? Have I missed something? Just wanting to try his face tints at the moment. Yeah. If you've not got any face tints, yeah, you do need them for summer, I think. Hang on a minute. Do you want to see mine? I'll give you little reviews on the ones I've got. Right. So, we've got this Profusion Cosmetics Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector. If you can get your shade, that's a really good skin tint. Does it come with an SPF in it? I'm sure it does. Yeah. SPF 15, medium to full coverage, and it's got hyaluronic acid in it. So there's that one. Then I got this one from Makeup Gallery. It says it's a foundation, but I would say it's more of a skin tint. It's really, really thin. It's got light coverage. That one isn't a skin tint. I don't know why it's there. I think it's because that's the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover, but it's full coverage. It's not a skin tint. This one is the Fenty Beauty 120 Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This is what everyone's using. The L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum. It's alright. I wouldn't say it's the best one I've ever tried. And that's it, really. But then I've got loads of foundations as well. Oops. All right. So yeah, the palettes that I was talking about earlier. Do you mean the ones from Colourpop or the one I mentioned from Glamlight? Because I talk and talk and talk and I don't remember. So I need reminding. Put these brushes away now. Out of 10, Jaclyn Hill. It's good. It gives you coverage because like I have a little bit of redness, so it covers that up. I don't have to correct or anything like that. I would say I'm happy with it to the point of a 7. That's quite high because, I mean, is it the best one I've got? Let me just double check. I'm just wondering if it's the best one I've got in my collection. I would say it's between the Jaclyn Hill one and this because this is really good as well, the Fenty. I don't use it that much and I should use it a little bit more. But a friend sent me this and I really, really like it. So I would say, yeah, a 7 or 8 for this. I mean, they could always make products better, can't they? But I really, really like it. That shouldn't be going back there. Not that I'm trying to, influence you. I do feel like it's good. I feel like if you want to get it when it's on a sale. And then at least that way, if you don't like it, then you've not really lost a lot. I might do a wear test on the channel with it. I know I've had it a while and it's like up to here now, but if I do that, then you'll be able to watch it and you'll be able to kind of see how it wears throughout the day on me. So I could do that if you wanted me to. Oh, the Glamlight one. I only saw what my friend Desi sent to me. I saw the reveal and then I saw the eyeshadows and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I went to see the swatches and I'm like, oh my gosh. But Desi told me that it's extremely limited edition, so I can see myself ordering that. I can see myself sending the Pat McGrath back and I can see myself ordering the Glamlight. But it just depends on how much it's going to be. I saw something that I wanted on Adept Cosmetics, and it was like a little face palette, and it was $68, and I'm like, I'm not paying that. So yeah, I'm not getting that. It was really, really nice, but to me, it wasn't worth $68. So I'll go to Glamlight when it gets released on the 30th, so tomorrow, and I'll see what it looks like. I know what it looks like. I'll see how much they want for it. All right, wait a sec. I can talk to you about it now then. My phone's on Do Not Disturb, so I didn't get the notification. Was it on WhatsApp? Oh, yeah. That's a good price. Yeah, it's worth that because that's drugstore and you're getting the high-end product for that amount of money. I would say grab it for that price. So yeah, definitely. I think I paid about that for mine, or it could have been 15. So yeah, I do feel like it's worth it. That's just my opinion though. I mean, my skin is looking flawless. But I'll tell you, I have used this underneath it as well. So the skin tint hasn't done it all. I've used this. And this is really, really nice. This e.l.f. Halo Glow underneath, and that's given me like a really nice glow up here. And then, what do they claim? Let's have a look. I just can't remember the claims of it. So, okay, so it says, get that comfy real skin perfection with Jaclyn Hill's Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint, doing double duty as a blurring primer and tinted moisturiser. So you don't actually have to wear a primer. I didn't know that. It's sheer coverage. I wouldn't say it's sheer coverage. I don't agree with that. But I don't really go in for that like thick, full coverage. So they're saying it's sheer coverage and it delivers a natural finish that blurs texture. Definitely blurs out texture. I'll come in real close in a minute. It's got a woke up glow ingredients like beta glucan, helps visit. Gosh, I'm sick of this. Like, basically, these cold symptoms I've got, helps visibly improve skin tone with sodium hyaluronate, helps draw in moisture and hydration. Yeah, it's definitely hydrating. Yeah, the shade I should have got, I don't know if I should have though. It says fairest, very fair and neutral yellow undertones. I don't have a yellow undertone. I've got a pink undertone. Yeah, and I think that's why I got it. So I chose fair. Did I? Or did I get fair light? Yeah, I chose fair with neutral pink undertones, but they sent me fair light for some reason with neutral undertones, but that suits me anyway. And then it says, pack fact, if you notice a little extra space at the bottom on your blurring tint, that's our airless pump. We choose this over a traditional pump because it lets you use 100% of the product so you don't miss a drop. It also ensures even dosage, reduces oxidation, and increases the overall shelf life. Cool, huh? I've had mine for a while. I just rotate my skin tints and foundations, and I do really, really like it. What shade did you choose? Light to medium, and I've got fair to light. What's your undertone, Jane? Is it do you have pink in your skin, or are you more ivory? What kind of foundation do you get when you're shopping for foundation? What shade? Because I might be able to offer some advice. I'm currently learning more about foundation colours and undertones and skin tones. So I might be able to help. Have you already ordered it though? Oh, that's the lightest shade they have left. Light to medium. Let's have a look. Because it's a popular seller. Does look dark. Like for me, it would look dark. Like I don't think I'd be able to get away with that. But yeah, if you mix it with something a lot lighter, like if I had that shade, I would mix it with this, and it would be fine. Because this is a thick foundation as well. Well, it's not a thick foundation, but a thick consistency. Look. And that again, it it's not a runny foundation, it just stays put until you actually work with it. I feel like you'll be all right, especially if you've got something to mix it with. If you've got neutral yellow undertones, you're definitely going to be okay. Because I chose the right shade for me, fair to light, and I've got a lot of pink in my skin, so I wouldn't advise you to get that shade anyway. Go the one shade up. I feel like you've chosen the right shade. Yeah, you could definitely use it as a primer because it says that it's got like, you know, you can use it as a primer as well. The primer's got like the blurring aspects to it. So that's going to kind of save me from using primers in future because I honestly, I mean, at the time I must have read it to see what its properties were and what it actually did for your skin, and I'd forgotten that it was an actual primer on top of a skin tint. So yeah, that's quite handy. I'm gonna be sad, like halfway done with it. I'll have to get another one when it's on sale again. Obviously not now because you only have that shade that you've bought. Right, so I'm going to go now. I'm going to love you and leave you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do massively appreciate it. And I don't know if I might come back Monday and do another look with one of my Shop My Stash palettes or something like that. So yeah, I may see you then if you're both available. If not, you can always stream the live separate, like later on. It's always there for you whenever you want to watch it. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.